Put the bunny back in the box.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
My God, just be normal!
I'm gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do, which is just flip out.
Get away from her, you.
Let me give you a British answer. It was my cup of tea.
No more foreplay.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Celluloid Cellar. After a little bit of a hiatus, we have, I've been away. You've still been plugging away.
I've been away as well. I was on holiday.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, in terms of off air, you could say.
You could say that, but yes, thank you. Welcome back.
I guess so.
This is Rusty.
We clearly haven't done it for a while.
Welcome.
I mean, I've been thrown off because Cameron's taken his socks off, so he's got his feet out.
I had to. I was too hot. Anyway, welcome back to the Celluloid Cellar, the film podcast where two lifelong friends talk all about movies and cinema and things like that. I am your host, Cameron.
And I'm your other host, Jack.
Brilliant. There we go.
There we go. We're back to it.
We're back to it. And Jack, you were away. You were having a lovely time off, I believe.
I became a dad.
Just happened.
Yeah, it just happened like that. Yeah, that is my reason for being away. Kids, one thing leads to another, and then a baby comes out.
I guess so. Congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
I did say it on the last episode, but congratulations from me.
Thank you.
Congratulations from friend of the show, Bryn.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Who sent me a message, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Jack's had a kid," and he was like, "What?" Because it was never mentioned on the show.
Yes, I think it's a bit of a change. We were just saying before we recorded, you're nearly 29, and I've become a dad.
Yeah, I know.
And what a change.
And your child that will I'll let you decide.
Remain nameless.
Nameless and sexless. They are swinging in a robot arm downstairs.
Yes, downstairs. If you hear a cry, it's not anyone, inflicting anything on anyone. It's just a baby saying, "I'm hungry," or tired, or change me nappy.
We truly do live in the future, though.
We do. Yes,
we can do this and that.
The mother is downstairs Lauren is looking after the baby.
Yes.
Just to clarify, we haven't just gone, "That's all right, baby, leave you in a bit."
Yeah.
Just left you with a baby like iRobot or something.
Mother and robot.
Yes. I would say it's definitely changed how I view certain films. I had a spare moment and went and rewatched. Basically, baby had been born. I hadn't had much time, and I was near the cinema, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go in and see what's on. I've got a few hours to kill.
Yeah.
And I went and rewatched 28 years later.
A lovely, fun family film.
Yes, lovely, fun family film. I'll tell you what, there's a certain scene that broke me.
Yeah.
And to the point that I had to message you and say it broke me. I was in tears in the cinema. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the emotion of everything that hit me, but my God, can we spoil it yet? Or maybe not, but yeah.
Either
way, there's a scene that when I initially watched, I thought, that's quite good.
We talk about it in our spoilers. Go listen to that review. We do talk about it.
Either way, it's a pivotal scene where someone puts something on top of a bone temple. And I watched that and sat there and went, "Oh!" And then the ending came again, and it was just as jarring as it was before.
Tonal whiplash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that online since, people have shared clips of it that they've pirated, and then they're doing Instagram reels and TikToks about it and stuff. And I am just like, that's. It
does make me wonder what the next one is going to be, which is out very soon.
Yeah. When
I say very soon, it's January.
Yes, and we did say to each other after you had watched it that there would have been a really nice, and I think we maybe even said at the time, there would have been a really nice moment to end it.
Yeah.
And then that could have either been post-credits or the bizarre character could have appeared and then you cut to black and then that's how you start the next film. Instead of just ruining all the nice work that makes people cry.
Yeah, it is very, because I've since watched a YouTube clip of Danny Boyle in the Criterion Collection, going through that. And the way he's talking, it's always like he brings a lot of heart to stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it just took all of that out of it.
Yeah, it's so sudden and like in your
Yeah,
face.
and it is very, and it's almost like it goes from being a film where, don't get me wrong, it had gratuitous violence in it, but it went from that to almost like it was so over the top. It was like Kill Bill, you know, the Crazy 100 or whatever it is, that scene. It was that kind of thing. Like they're decapitating people with like barbed wire nunchucks and shit
and
like that.
and they all know parkour.
No, weird. But anyway, we'll wait until the next one comes out. I've got a few things I want to talk about before we get to the main film.
News, yeah.
Yeah, well,
our main topic this week is Batman Begins. Jump ahead in the time codes if you would like.
yes. Firstly, I was before the news. Christopher Columbus has popped up on a few podcasts that he's done, and like I think his GQ does the look back at my career.
Yeah.
Do you think he maybe is? Because I've always thought, he did the first few Harry Potters, but he's not really that good. Do you think maybe in some ways he's slightly underrated?
I would say so. I think he's very good at family films.
Yeah.
For certain things, like he did the Home Alone movies,
Yeah.
and he did the Percy Jackson films, as well.
Which he actually admitted to, that he thinks that he did that slightly wrong because he wasn't a true fan. He just liked it.
Okay,
But I think,
but he's talented, definitely. But I think sometimes the material he gravitates towards is not always the best. Also.
No, but he is championing certain things. Like he produced Nosferatu.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's wild.
But he was talking about how he wrote Gremlins and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
he did.
Yeah, I forget that he does those kind of things. And he was talking about how they are talking about doing a Goonies 2, which I would be here for. And they're also on about doing a Gremlins 3, which I have nicknamed my child Gizmo because she's very much like that. Don't feed her after midnight, otherwise she turns into a gremlin. I'm joking. We do feed her after midnight.
Are you going to give the baby a sex?
I'll be all right. Yeah, you can do.
Okay.
It's very
It's your decision.
Yeah, there you go. But but something else he said that was quite interesting. Actually, two things. He was doing an interview on the podcast that I forget his name, the chap who wrote the Thursday Murder Club.
Richard Osman.
Yeah, he does that podcast, doesn't he?
No idea.
Can't remember.
The Richard Osman podcast.
No, he does it with a woman, and they talk about like Hollywood and stuff like that.
The Richard Osmond and a woman talk about Hollywood podcast.
I can't remember what it's called. It is quite good though. It is very good. They
Doesn't
talk
have
about
as catchy a name as the Celluloid Salad.
No, I will admit it's definitely a step up from when he used to do Pointless.
Hey, man.
We're all here for that.
That's how he became famous.
Yeah.
You can't.
But I twigged, he obviously wrote the Thursday Murder Club, and he was interviewing the director of the Thursday Murder Club.
Oh, so that's why he's doing the rounds and stuff, Columbus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's coming out soon.
It's out, I believe.
Is it out on Netflix? Oh,
it
wow.
is, yeah.
Wow. We'll have to give that a watch.
Do we?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what it's like.
I haven't finished Adolescence.
What do you think of that so
far?
far?
Behind. Great.
Yeah?
Yeah, upsetting.
Yeah, it's very...
Yeah.
What episode are you up to?
I've just got the last one to watch. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Have you seen the episode where it's around the table and stuff?
With the shrink.
Yes. Yeah, that's good, that episode.
Yeah.
Although I think the first... Having seen it, it's the kind of thing I would have loved to have worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been incredible because it's... Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like it's like one of those ones where it's like you feel a bit like a made man.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, it would...
from it.
But talking about TV, though, Christopher Columbus was asked by Richard Osman about the new Harry Potter series. And he said, how do you feel about it? And he said, well, it's in the past and stuff like that. But he said it's very interesting that the images have come out of like Nick Frost's Hagrid.
Yeah.
And he said he finds it strange that they've done exactly the same character. Sorry, exactly the same costume.
Yeah.
And if you're redoing it, why are you copying it verbatim, basically?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Hagrid is the only character we've seen in the new costume and stuff, so other characters may be different. but I do agree very much. We're getting like drip fed stuff.
Yeah.
It just seems kind of, why would you just do the same thing?
It is bizarre. And I think we may have even talked about it here, and I've definitely talked about it with my girlfriend as well. Like, you can see why they've made that decision from like, their financial perspective and everything. Like, they're like, Harry Potter makes money. We've got to keep the rights. We've got to do it. We've got to do something, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, can see why Warner Bros. Are thinking of doing it. Like, there's millions of Harry Potter fans around the world, and whatever you think of J.K. Rowling, piece of shit lady, whatever your thoughts are on her, lots of people don't know what her opinions are or necessarily care, because they still love the art. They still love what she created, and then they love the movies and everything that comes from around that. And it's a weird one where, like, you look at the numbers of like all the merch that sells and all the attractions. Like, I was in Edinburgh, that's where I was on holiday.
Yeah.
People are there to see the Harry Potter merch and like the cafe where she wrote it, and like go and drink butterbeer there and things like that. Like, there are tourists from all around the world to do that. So like, the bean counters at Warner Bros. Are looking at that and being like, money, money, money from the new series. But I think it's to be seen whether, and I think we've said before, I think I said I don't think it will last 3 seasons. I'm not sure.
It will be very interesting to see. It's one of them. I think it's got an audience. That's the thing. And I do wonder if they've just gone, we've gone 2011, I believe, was the Deathly Hallows Part 2. They're going to be nearly, I mean, not 20 years out,
about
but 15, 16 years out from the last film. They've got to keep that, keep everyone interested.
Yeah,
keep that.
But do people want to watch it rehashed? That's the thing. I think there is an audience that are there, but do that audience necessarily want to see the exact same thing again, especially if Hagrid looks so similar and things like that?
It will be very interesting, and it's something I'm sure we'll continue to talk about as we get more information, more pictures from set and things like that.
Yeah, and it's a weird one of like, some books in the series probably do need a 10 episode adaptation instead. Like, I would say book 4, book 5.
Yeah, I think the first,
maybe 6, but the first 2.
No, not at all. It's going to be like when they did The Hobbit into 3. Like, having read the first one, it's not a long story.
No, it's not.
It is a children's book, isn't it? It's very much. I mean, you pick up number 4 and you go, oh my gosh, it's a bit of a doorstop. But and the text is a lot smaller, the bastards.
Yes.
I'm short-sighted, please. I'm trying to read it at night time with a baby in the room, trying to keep the light down, and gosh, it's very hard.
A baby on a robot arm as
well.
It's
a bit ding, 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 ding. But yeah, it's so no, it will be interesting to see.
Yeah. I should mention below, if people haven't already, hopefully you've not jumped off, but there will be time codes below if you are wanting to listen and things. Have I done your thing wonky?
No.
Or is that just how it goes?
That's just how it goes.
Okay, I'm paranoid after my one broke. But anyway, what else was on your list? But yeah, there will be time codes in the description.
I had Alien Earth.
Not seen any yet.
So, first few episodes, brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the scale of it is massive. Because when I first saw they were doing an Alien TV series, I thought, this is going to be a bit.
Yeah.
But the first 2 episodes could have almost been a film in itself. It basically is a story of typical alien.
Yeah.
They've found something somewhere on a ship that we don't really know much about. And it lands on Earth, and there's an alien running about. And we get to see what Earth would be like during that period.
Yes.
There's a whole nother plot around transferring like kids into android bodies, kids that are unwell and stuff like that, which I don't think really works that well.
Okay.
But the first 2 episodes I thought were really, really good. It seems to have fallen off massively in the second and in the third and fourth episode.
Oh, okay.
Like the first 2 episodes I was watching, I was hooked.
Yeah,
I was very much like,
I've only heard good
keep
stuff.
Keep them coming, keep them coming. The last 2 episodes, I'm like,
okay.
To the point that I don't really know if I'll even bother carrying on.
Oh, well, I was going to say I'll wait for your full assessment before I watch it.
Now, don't get me wrong, I will continue to watch it, but I've just... even when it started, I thought, how are they going to keep this for 8 episodes?
Yeah.
But also, my other thought was the budget for this show is 300 million.
Yes.
Now, the last film that came out, Alien
Romulus.
I think it was
80?
only 80.
It was 80.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, why would we then go and watch a film again if we're getting this kind of content on the silver screen? Not on the silver screen, on our screens at home.
It's what kind of business decision is this? Are
Yeah.
people going to subscribe, and are enough people going to subscribe to make Alien Earth or to keep it around? Because my family's Alien subscription, Disney Plus subscription, ran out. I was like, do we want to renew it? Like, and split the cost between all of us? And they said no. And for me, I'm like, that's a bit of a shame, because it's the streaming service I watch the most amount of stuff on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, it's fine, I'll make do. It means I'm now going back to Netflix and catching up on things like Adolescence that I haven't seen, or other shows as well that I will make my way through, because there's just too much shit out there.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. It is one of those shows that you watch and you go, wow, I know them. That's a guy from Lock Henry. I know who that person is. I know, like, not necessarily names, but faces.
Yeah.
But like, it's got the guy from Shut Up and Dance and End of the Fucking World. That
they've just been casting from Black Mirror.
Yeah, literally, they have. And it's got the other guy from Bottom. Not what's his name?
Bottom.
Was it Bottom? Who's the comedian that died about 10 years ago? He was in.
No. Oh, you said Aid Edmondson. Yeah,
Aid
yeah,
Edmondson,
Aid
yes.
Edmondson.
Yeah, he's in
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
He
Bottom
pops up.
and the young ones.
Yeah, he pops up in it, and like, you're like, oh, yeah, my parents would probably know him. It's one of those. I mean, Timothy Oliphant, is it?
Yeah.
He's very good in it. He's got a bit of a Blade Runner haircut, Roy Batty type thing.
Nice.
But other than that, I'd say it was very, very good for 2 episodes. I just wonder how they're going to drag it out, because there's only so much lore you can go into with the xenomorph and stuff like that, and it just gets a little bit. You kind of write yourself into a corner. I imagine.
It's like, do you want it to be a haunted house in space, or do you want it to be a lore-heavy sci-fi space opera?
And I don't think it works like that. I think it works well if this is just some being lays an egg, does this, and then boom, done. You've got a monster.
The wider implications of like the first film, and like the more cosmic horror aspect of like, where did this come from? It seems to have taken out these like giant alien beings as well, like where it's more haunting. That's maybe scarier, or probably is scarier than going like, a scientific experiment in the black goo, and getting too deep into it. As we were saying literally off mic beforehand about like James Gunn and other discussions that people have about like, and The Last Jedi as well, like, oh, what's canon, what's not, like, what do we need to care about, like, and things like that, and how the Rise of Skywalker disregards The Last Jedi. But then also Peacemaker has come out, and apparently season 2 changes some things from season 1 in its prelude. But the creator of it is like, this ain't real. None of this, these rules and things, like, we don't need to get stressed about it, because it is just entertainment at the end of the day.
I think that's where people are getting maybe tired of that kind of thing, which in some ways leads me on to my final point of my notes.
Okay. I had a transition in mind to the main topic as well, but
okay, well, we can do that.
No, go for your final note.
Okay. Well, I do have one for the end, but it's only a short one. I watched F1 came out on Prime.
Yep.
Well, you can buy it and rent it. I wish I'd seen it in the cinema.
Okay.
So it's very much kind of Top Gun Maverick light.
Yeah.
Same people behind it.
Was meant to have Tom Cruise in the role.
Was it?
It was.
I mean, it's got Brad Pitt, who's
was
still...
it going to be the Days of Thunder sequel?
Well, apparently the sequel is going to be maybe a crossover.
Oh.
Now, the film doesn't tread any new ground in terms of the story.
Yeah.
It's very much kind of, you can see the money on screen.
Mm-hmm.
They've clearly had the F1 brand on side.
Yes, they have.
You know, they've got actual F1 drivers there. Or they go, oh, they're not driving for them anymore. Oh, they're around and stuff like that. Like, you know, I'm a passing fan of F1. I'm not I'm not watching every weekend. I like, you know, watching the Drive to Survive series and things like that.
You will know more than me. I've watched 2 races in the past year, both with my girlfriend. One of them I had a nap in the middle of as well. Yeah.
You probably watched as many races as me. I just like to kind of keep up to date with who's in the lead, who's the whole Chris Horner thing was quite weird and strange.
Yeah,
I
I get the Lord dispensed to me.
Yeah. Is she a fan?
Massive fan.
Ah, there you go.
Massive fan.
Who does she support?
She supports McLaren, which is going very well for her.
Yeah, I think that they're doing quite well.
Yes.
Who's kind of team principal has a cameo in the film.
Yes.
A couple of them do.
Well, we nearly went to go see it. We were deciding what to go see, whether to go see F1 or Friendship.
Yeah.
But we went for Friendship because she was afraid. We're both making some very interesting noises on mic.
It's that age creeping up on us.
And I think it's also this absolutely delicious coffee.
Yeah.
I want to say this right now. I want to say it on mic for everyone to know. This is absolutely delightful, this coffee Jack has made me.
You know, you come here, I am going to make you good coffee. You know what I mean?
Genuinely so good. This is better than the coffee I bought when I was working yesterday. That tasted like butt. This is wonderful.
You know, if you invest in the right machine, it pays off.
Yeah, is it the beans or is it the milk?
Oh, no, not the beans. It's the milk, definitely, because the beans are just, you know, Lidl's finest.
Oh, beautiful stuff. This is great. But yes, we couldn't decide because she wasn't sure if she was going to hate it or not, because the way that Brad Pitt wins all the races in this is by breaking all the rules and cheating.
Well, he doesn't really... I mean, spoilers. But he's not a big winner in the film.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
I'd heard otherwise, and apparently, like the actual drivers aren't big fans of the film because it doesn't play by the actual rules of F1.
No, not at all. Not at all. But then again, it's like anything. Like, say, you know, if you're a footballer and there's a film about football, they're gonna, you know, dramatic license massively.
Yeah, I guess so.
I just sat there and, like I say, for me, it's a 3 to 4 star film, shot brilliantly. It's got an amazing cast. I believe it's Kerry Condon, is it? Who was in Banshees of Inisherin. She's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she does a lot with a role that could have otherwise been kind of here or there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those that you just go along the journey. Like, you know, it's the kind of film that if I'd had a long week and you want to just go and see a film, probably with your dad.
Yep.
Or, you know, you can take, you know, not saying that, but it's that kind of film you go and watch with your dad kind of thing.
It is a dad movie.
Yeah. And which, you know, now, hello, yes, please, take my money.
Tiny little baby.
Yes. Come along, dear.
Taking you in.
We're going. I don't know why I held it like I was holding her.
I was also holding her up as well.
From her collar. Just come on.
I just imagined you walking in with the robot swinging machine. And
Not room for this.
It's still going.
Silencing.
Just moving throughout.
But yeah, it's just one of those films that you sit there and, like, there are moments where, you know, you get that, you know, the hair goes up on the back of your neck kind of thing. You're like, wow, this is cinema.
Like the Mach 10 sequence in Maverick.
Oh, Mach 10 sequence in Maverick.
Yeah.
That nearly brings me to, like, it gives me such a, like, rush. I almost am in tears watching that.
Yeah, I had chills.
Yeah, like the music in it as well. That bit of music is, but it does exactly that. The director, I forget his name.
Joseph Kosinski?
Yeah, he is a master at that kind of stuff. Yeah. He's, you know, it's almost not quite Tony Scott-esque. He's got a bit more finesse than that, I'd say. But Tony Scott's very kind of, it's like a squirrel shot. It's like, keep shooting. But I just sat there and I loved it. And it's the kind of film that you watch that you don't, films like The Goonies and stuff like that, you don't want it to end. You know, those kind of joyful films that you're like, I'm into this.
Like,
and
pure escapism,
Yeah,
roller coaster
yeah,
adventure
which,
stuff.
to me, is what cinema needs again. Like,
Yeah.
there's no kind of, oh, well, actually, Captain America dies in this series, and the comic book decides this, or like, Star Wars, where the law's there, or Alien, like we're saying.
Yeah.
It's not got law. Don't get me wrong, I understand F1, X, Y, and Z, but there's no law there to it. It's just a bit of escapism where you go and watch it. And I fully understand there are probably some people that are saying that there's some negative sides to it and this and that, but it's got a cast that is brilliant. Javier Bardem is utilized so well in it. He is brilliant in the film. There's an actor in it. He, I don't know his name. He was in, I've seen him in, what was it? The Pusher films, the Nicholas Winding Refn's first film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the chap from that, he's in it. He's brilliant. As I say,
The dude from Killing Eve as well.
yes, yeah.
I love him.
Yeah,
he's great.
brilliant.
I can't think of what his name is. I love his laugh.
Yeah, he's so good in it. He is amazing. And yeah, it's just one of those. I just sat there and went, "This is great."
Nice.
Like the kind of film that I would choose to go and see. I mean, I worry that it didn't make much money because allegedly it cost 200 to 300 million and it only made $500 million, but it's
advertising for the sport at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like
I imagine it made a lot of its budget back already through the sport and things like that.
It would have had so many like
product placements,
and tax write-offs and things like that. And they filmed at the actual Grand Prix and stuff. I
would just say, give me more of that.
That's fair. And I think when you say things like that, that's maybe jumping back to one of our early reviews is what my nitpick or like, excuse me, delicious coffee. My main gripe with Mission Impossible 8 is that I didn't feel the fun or escapism. I was just sad for quite a bit of it. Anyway, should we go back to a simpler time in the past?
The old year of 2005.
The year of 2005.
We would have been wee nippers.
We would have been wee nippers. We didn't. I don't think we said it up top. I'll go cut it in. Our main topic this week is Batman Begins. Jump ahead in the time codes if you would like.
Yes.
But anyway, we are now going to talk about Batman Begins.
Yes.
20 years old this film is.
Do you remember this film coming out?
I was going to ask, did you see this in the cinema?
No.
Neither did I.
The first one I saw in the cinema was The Dark Knight Rises.
You didn't see The Dark Knight in the cinema? Wow.
No. I would have been 11. I don't think I was really allowed to go because a lot of noise came out that it was quite violent for a 12A, and I don't think I was really given the pass.
That's a big shame.
Yes.
Well, I didn't see this in the cinema either. I had this on DVD. That's when I first saw it.
It had that brilliant kind of cover of him kind of with a side glance and bats.
That's the poster.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to find the tagline on IMDb because it's terrible. Because the film is obviously, and I don't think the name of the film itself is actually a great name. Batman Begins, but I think it's just following the naming convention that was left over by the previous iteration of Batman. Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. I believe the proposed sequel originally for Batman and Robin was going to be called something like Batman Legacy or something like that, potentially.
It was something like that, wasn't it? It was,
yeah.
Not Batman Legends.
It was.
It wasn't Batman Forever. That came out in 95.
No. Which wasted on the third film.
Yeah.
Like Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy the later two Bad Boys films,
but just terrible naming convention. Let me find it. The tagline is here on IMDb. Taglines: The Legend Begins. Batman Begins. The Legend Begins.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, like 2 double begins. But anyway, do we want to do the plot? Surely people have seen this.
It's basically, we get the origin story of Bruce Wayne,
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne getting. Sorry, I was listening to an Australian rugby podcast, so the accent's coming out.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne is no. It tells the story of how Bruce Wayne becomes Batman.
How Batman begins.
How Batman begins.
I'm a little boy in Gotham. I'm a billionaire. I fall down a hole. Oh shit, there's bats.
Why do we fall? So we can get back up again.
I'm scared of bats. Cut to, shit, my parents have been killed. I'm traveling the world being a naughty boy criminal because I could never find justice for my parents' murder. So I'm going after revenge. But I'm actually going to learn that revenge isn't what it's all about. And that I should actually, maybe try and seek justice again for all the other people who suffered. But I'm not going to do it by becoming a lawyer or by investing in charity or something. I'm going to become a big bat.
I'm going to be Batman.
I'm going to embezzle and become the Batman.
And I have a voice like this, even when I'm calling Alfred.
Alfred. But it's not as bad in this film.
No, it gets much worse than Dark Knight.
It's sort of just like this for a bit.
There are some brilliant sketches of how Christian
college
Bale.
humour
Yeah,
sketches,
how did he choose the voice?
Yeah.
My voice is actually gone.
Yes, the classic scene of
Yes.
where are the other drugs going? Which I've watched so much that literally as Detective Flask gets zipped up in this film, I was shocked when I heard, where are the other drugs going? I was expecting to hear Pete Holmes's Badman voice of, where are the other drugs going? Why do you sound like that? It's a bat. It's high. It's scary. I ran this by people I know.
It is. It's memeable to say the least.
It is memeable, and I guess 20 years down the line, we did not see this film in cinemas.
No.
Do you know when you saw this? I saw this on DVD.
I saw it on DVD. I think I saw it. Would have been around 2010.
So after The Dark Knight came out. So
I think I saw The Dark Knight first.
I definitely saw this before The Dark Knight came out because I remember watching this on DVD and then putting in the video for Batman and fast forwarding until the Joker, when Jack Nicholson had become the Joker.
Yeah.
So that it could play as a sequel. Because I was a very cool child.
Well, I always thought I was. I remember I read in Total Film once the reviews of the Batman films before The Dark Knight Rises came out.
Yeah.
And it gave Batman Begins 5 stars and Dark Knight 5 stars.
Yeah.
And I always said that Batman Begins is my favourite of the two because it was a smart choice.
I remember at one point in time, I think I remember you saying that, and I think at one point in time I shifted to that. What do you think now?
Yeah, it's definitely The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight is the best one. I actually think, controversial opinion, don't get me wrong, this one's good. I don't think Dark Knight Rises is that good.
I mean, I don't think that's that controversial. That got memed to death and
I think
all picked apart and everything.
Yeah, I think the Dark Knight is a kind of holy grail of the series. But no, this one is... the other problem you get as well is there's been so many superhero films since.
Yes.
They've attempted to emulate. You watch it and go, oh, that's a bit kind of formulaic.
Because everything...
copied it.
Yeah. This film and then it's... I mean, Casino Royale. This was a massive influence on Casino Royale.
What do you think's better out the two?
Oh, Casino Royale by fucking miles. Oh, okay. Of this film, I don't know what you thought, but it started and I was like, oh, I genuinely, it moves so quickly.
Do you think?
I didn't think it as a kid, but I think it now. And I think it's not just the pace, but it's that it cuts back and forth through time. And I think I was going to ask you a specific question about the editing anyway, but I think the shot to shot editing is abysmal at times. I think it's awful.
It took so long to get started until Alfred rocks up.
It does take a while, but do you find with the editing, shot to shot, that it feels like there's 6 frames missing from every single shot.
Not necessarily. I think it's a very well shot film.
I think it's well shot. Cinematographer
I don't
Wally
think-
Pfister
Yes, who is a long-time collaborator.
of Nolan.
Yes.
But the actual the edit, I don't know. It seems to cut so quick between
it's
shot
not
to
something
shot.
it's not something I noticed.
Did you not? I found
No.
it was taking me out.
I just think I watched it and thought there's a lot of inconsistencies with how this one is, like the kind of mise en scene of this one compared to The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah. What I think this one does a much better job of making Gotham distinct, making it individual.
It definitely does. It's very. I watched it and just thought, well, that's Blade Runner. Like the ghetto kind of
Yeah, the narrows.
Yeah, I thought, well, like there's a shot where it kind of goes under almost, like it's almost like the underbelly of the city.
Yes, it's very literal, but it's very good.
It is, and like it's raining. There's like a little like moped going through or something. There's people walking around. It's very dark, and I thought, well, that is literally Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Which I imagine is an influence, but it's an influence on so many things.
Yeah.
That it's kind of almost, without saying that it's an influence. I mean, it's great to see Rutger Hauer in a film as well.
It is. I was going to say, when you said Roy Batty earlier, I was going to say, speaking of Roy Batty, go ahead.
No. So obviously the rest of the plot is basically he comes to Gotham. He's trying to kind of get rid of the.
He goes off into Asia and becomes Batman. He trains with some ninjas.
Yeah, which I thought, I wonder if they'd do that now.
Probably it's part of his origin story, but or it's become part of it since the comics have different versions and everything. Yeah.
I do think it was. I forget the actor they've got who plays like the master of like the
Ken Watanabe.
Yeah, the fact they got him just to rock up for a scene.
Yeah,
like that's impressive. The cast is brilliant. I forgot Cillian Murphy was in it.
I was going to say, I've got a note on my phone for the casting directors because it's the casting is one of the best parts of it. John Papsidera and Lucinda Sisson. We've got Ken Watanabe just rocking up. We've got Cillian Murphy, who is great.
He's brilliant in this.
Plays a brilliant weird freak.
Who nearly did play Batman.
He would have been a terrible Batman.
He would have been an awful
He
Batman.
would have been awful.
Yeah. His frame is not bulking up for Batman.
But have you seen the screen test of him?
Yeah.
He plays it the same way like he plays the Scarecrow, and he's just too freaky.
Yeah.
I love in this when he's just like he's like, he's here. The Batman.
Oh yeah. What do you do when anything happens to you? Call the police.
You call the police. He's so weird. He's the Batman. He's having a little cum.
Yeah.
He's great. I think that who else have I put down? Tom Wilkinson as Falcone.
Brilliant. I love Tom
is
Wilkinson.
Excellent. I love Gary Oldman as Jim Gordon. I think it's maybe the best Jim Gordon casting where they've actually made him a character.
Yeah, he's not just J.K. Simmons stood there with a mustache.
And I don't know whether it's like this film then influenced the comics or whatever, because there's comics that have come out before, there's comics that have come out after, but Jim Gordon in the previous films, barely a character, barely exists. He's an exposition. He's Basil Exposition from Austin Powers, whereas like this is great. They're great Jim Gordon, and then like the Jim Gordon that Scott Snyder, not Zack Snyder. Scott Snyder, the comic book writer, what he writes is excellent as well. It
kind of picked up his career though, didn't it, Gary Oldman? Because he did.
Well, 2 years before this,
he did
Tiptoes.
Yes, he does an interview. He said he hadn't worked for obviously end of the 90s was big for him.
Yeah,
he did.
He was the villain.
Dracula.
Yeah.
He did Leon the Professional.
Air Force One.
Air Force One, great performance. That was a one I had on video as a kid. Probably ran it to its till it broke.
You were allowed to watch Air Force One, but you couldn't go see The Dark Knight.
I don't know these.
What were your parents doing?
I had no idea.
Crazy.
I remember when my gran let me see Braveheart in year 6. Wow. And yeah, he had quite a messy divorce, I think, and he was a bit of an alcoholic, and he had done Nil by Mouth, which if you ever watch, like you need some light and fluffy stuff after that.
Yeah.
Strange he never directed again. And then he didn't work for a couple of years apparently, and there was an interview where he said he got a script for Tiptoes, and he said he wouldn't do it again now, but he said that kind of allowed him to kind of get back into stuff, and then he did Sirius Black, and then he did this, and
this is the same year as Sirius Black.
no, it's not.
Azkaban?
Azkaban was 2003. No.
It's 4.
4, sorry.
Sorry,
4. This is 5.
sorry,
yeah,
this
sorry.
is 5.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
thought it came out in 5.
No, yeah, the Harry Potter films, they churned them out.
They
It was
did. They really
1,
did.
2, 3,
Yeah.
5, 7, 9.
And completely different wig.
Yep.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't think that you wouldn't go off typecasting and be like, that should be the same guy.
No, and he almost he looks very different.
Yeah, he does. He
He shaves that beard
he
off. And he looks
chameleons,
completely.
yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I love Gary Oldman. I watch him.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic. I love
Yeah.
him in this. I love his 2 dads of Alfred, Michael Caine Alfred, and Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox.
So I think Morgan Freeman is better in this film than the other 2. Morgan Freeman is brilliant in this one.
Yeah.
The bit when they're in the tumbler,
Yeah.
like, and if you press this button, in not now, and he like shoot off.
Just
That's brilliant.
holding the the car rest the whole time. Yeah.
I think Michael Caine is the heart of this film. I think without
Yes.
Michael Caine, I don't think this film works as well.
You need him. You
Yeah.
need Caine in it. I think he's the heart of the trilogy.
There's quite a good interview he does where he says, I was walking around my house one Sunday morning, and I saw this chap walking around, and I recognised him. It was Christopher Nolan, and he gave me a script, and this is an awful Michael Caine impression. I'm going to stop.
No, come here, go on. I was walking around my house.
I was walking around my house, and I saw this chap, and I recognised him.
He was in my garden.
My garden,
Next
yeah.
to the gnomes.
Yes. And I said, who am I going to play? The butler. What am I going to do? Here is your dinner, sir. And Nolan said he was his father from the moment his parents died. And he went, oh, wow, there you go then. I'll do the film. My favourite Michael Caine, all those bloody push-ups, and you can't even lift a bloody log.
Do all those push-ups. You can't even lift a bloody log.
Yeah, that's the film.
Quintessential line.
Yes.
I guess we should. Another person I wanted to say, Mark Boone Jr., not a name we would recognise, but as Flass, the corrupt detective who's grubby.
Yeah, he's in. He was probably better known for Sons of Anarchy.
Yes. But yeah, great casting.
And Liam Neeson, of course.
Liam Neeson as Ducard.
Yes.
And I think, what's her name? God.
Katie Holmes.
Good
who
work.
They recast.
She does. I nearly said Kate Bosworth.
No, what's she in?
She was in Superman Returns.
There you go.
And then I nearly said Rachel Brosnahan, who also played Lois Lane.
Yes. Yes.
Recently, who would have been a child when this came out.
Yes. I don't think Katie Holmes is that bad in
She's
the role.
fine.
Yeah.
She's not given enough to do.
No.
And she's not given a bra in multiple scenes,
And all
which
she
I'm
does
like, poor. I'm like, is that a choice we would do now, costume department? Is that a choice we would do now?
Because this was peak Tom Cruise marriage as well.
This was peak Tom Cruise marriage. That's the reason
Jumping on sofas.
That's the reason she didn't do the sequel.
Was it?
Is because she was having a baby
Oh.
and couldn't have pain relief or something. I don't know. It was some weird thing.
If you obviously this is a audio medium, but I've just pulled a very strange face at camera.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Gasmere,
the
highly
reasons
recommend
why.
it.
Yes. Jack's a big fan, and then I guess we should talk about the main man himself, the Batman.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah.
I mean, and you can say what you want about Christian Bale. I know he's had some things happen in the past, but he is an incredible actor.
Yes.
He is one of those that he is chameleon, isn't he?
I think it gave me an appreciation watching this again that he isn't just, and I would say for the film as a whole, it gave me an appreciation that it's not just the memes, that it's not just the other stuff. Like, it's not just, you know, the Dark Knight for Heath Ledger's performance. It's like, it's all the other actors as well make this. It's the script. And I think he is very good at it, and he's very good at playing the different facets. But there are times where, he's swallowing his words and he's talking like this.
Yeah, like I obviously, like, because now don't get me wrong, I didn't, you know, I'm careful what I put on while the baby's in the room.
Yeah.
But she was asleep and I had it on quite quietly. And there are points, she was asleep at the time. There are points when he starts talking and I was like, I cannot hear what he says.
Yeah.
Like everyone else you can hear really clearly, and then he's talking really quietly.
That scared me, Alfred. I'm
But
gonna turn my fear into a symbol.
have you ever seen The Machinist that he did before?
New.
So the year before he did The Machinist, and he is literally a skeleton.
I remember they were all over the internet with like the film before, really skinny, Batman big, really, he then got really skinny again, and then
Rescue Dawn or something.
Yeah, where he eats the bugs in Vietnam,
That was kind of his thing for a while, wasn't it?
It was,
up, down. Because I know that he said in interviews, he said he got really big, like a bear almost. And apparently, like some of the crew, like, fucking hell, Chris, what are we doing here? Batman or Fat Man? And then he had to like really quickly lean up again.
Yeah.
But I mean, he looks the part in the film.
He does. He really does.
But it's the same as kind of when you, James Cameron always says that Leonardo DiCaprio didn't want to do Titanic because, he didn't want to read for it. And James Cameron was like, well, you know, you're playing a really hard role. It's, you know, being the straight man. You've always done all these quirky characters. Yeah. Playing the straight man's really hard. I think he does that in these films. He does a lot of kind of subtle work.
He does.
God, I sound pretentious.
No, he does though, because he's literally, when he's alone with Alfred, he's all like in his feels. But then like, you see how he is different, like when he's putting on the face and the performance as Bruce Wayne in like the dinner scene in the hotel, and also then when he like kicks people out of the house at one point. But then like you see how he's like performative, but also slightly more honest with Lucius as well. Yeah. And he's got a weird, like, he lets the weird freak come through at points where he's like, does it come in black? Yeah. Like, there are points where, like, you're like, oh, like, you can see why he would host, like, a function, but he's not like a billionaire that, you know, if you look into his eyes, they're cold. Yeah. He's a little dead behind the eyes. Like, you'd go to his function, but that's because he's got money and power, not necessarily because he's the nicest dude. Yeah.
No, I do. It's definitely a film of its time as well, I think.
Yes.
I think it's very strange to watch this and then see what Christopher Nolan did after.
I've got in my notes
that
one of the best scenes in the film is the dock scene where you first see Batman.
Yes.
Where there is a lot of tension, there is a lot of fear, and he's generating a lot of like the mobsters are being shown to be like terrified. And I was like, it would have actually been great to see Nolan direct a horror film.
Oh yeah, like, Nolan directing a horror film would be brilliant.
Yeah, like if he scaled back, I don't think he ever would now.
You never know, he might do. I love how Nolan's version of scaling back was Dunkirk.
Yes,
or
and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, and Oppenheimer. I'm going to make a smaller film. I'm going to do Oppenheimer and Dunkirk. Yes.
I'm going to make a smaller film. It will be my best film yet.
Yes. Oppenheimer.
You flip-flop every time we talk about it.
Dunkirk, though, I love that.
I really loved it when I first watched it, and then I sort of petered off of it.
See, this is where we're slightly different, though, because Dunkirk, I would say, is more of a visceral kind of feeling of a film, like in terms of like the bit at the end where Tom Hardy's kind of flying past, like over the beach of Dunkirk, and like the music's going and this and that, and I'm there like, yeah, give me more of this. Whereas I think you're more...
Is this where you call me a robot again?
No, not robot, but you appreciate more... Like you say your favourite scene is the scene where it's the docks and it's all very quiet and
It's one
spooky.
of my favorites.
Yeah, my favorite scene is when he's in the tumbler and he's like getting away from the police and stuff like that.
I like that scene as
Yeah.
well. I actually have a note about that scene
Ooh.
also, because these films have been called over the years, or close to the time as well, like grim dark, and were like criticized for making other things like, that were then getting rebooted as being like overly like somber and sinister, and like
James Bond and stuff.
and
like
James Bond, and then like the Marvel movies, like to some extent, or Amazing Spider-Man,
that. Yes.
being Spider-Man, but I hate being Spider-Man, well, especially the first one.
Yeah.
Like gritty realism, trying to go into the movies for inherently fantastical characters.
Yeah.
And I remember it used to be a thing that these films didn't have like a sense of humor, whereas like there's jokes all over this bad boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's very humorous.
Yeah, there's like just little witticisms all over the place. Like didn't you get the memo? The tanks, the car chase, the tumbler chase in particular. I've put in my notes, it's like a Naked Gun or like a
bit
Blues
like-
Brothers scene.
What does it look like? Don't worry. Like
it's
yeah.
a black tank.
Yeah, there's a bit with the cops in the car, and he's like, "You need to give me a description." And then it goes past, and he's just like, "Yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah, it's fine."
He's on the rooftops. I don't see him. I see him. Like, it's literally shot and written for like all those little comedy moments. Just all these guys doing their best Chicago, New York accents.
But that's where Michael Caine in the film is so good, because he can. He's one of those actors that in the wrong hands is awful. Like, you see some stuff that he's in and you're like, okay, he just did this for the money. Like,
okay.
Me and Lauren rewatched the Jaws series.
Jaws the Revenge.
We watched Jaws the Revenge, and he's horrendous in it. He does what
Fine.
he's
what he
fine.
does told,
He does as he's told. Sorry, he puts 100% into everything, but that means in bad films he is still. But in this, he is on a dime. He can go from making you laugh to making you cry.
Yeah, he is brilliant in this. I would say he's a very strong thing of it. I would say the strongest thing of the film overall is its tone, feel, and mood. Because when it started, I was a bit like, not sure how I feel about this. But then as it carries on,
I was like that. I think,
it gets better and better.
The soundtrack as well is,
and I was going to say that's what it is. It's the James Newton Howard and the Hans Zimmer score that leans into that, as well as the production design.
Boom, boom,
boom,
boom.
And like it feels dramatic, like.
And I'm a sucker for a good soundtrack. You give me a good soundtrack, and I watch most stuff.
Yeah,
like,
you love scores. And
I do love scores.
Yeah, and you would listen outside of it, whereas I
just
don't
listen
so
to
much.
a score. Yeah.
And I think that does bits for this film, and I think the production design works for it as well, like with the Narrows, which you do lose in the sequels. Like Gotham just becomes a city; it becomes Chicago.
I think that is the thing with The Dark Knight. Almost goes to a point of being. I was watching it. I was thinking they haven't fully let go of what Tim Burton did, whereas in the next one, they do fully let go. Like, you haven't got that kind of Blade Runner-esque Gotham anymore. It's just a city.
I'd say it's got it's a different feel to the Tim Burton one, but I get what you mean. It's still and it never goes quite to the heights of Joel Schumacher with like giant statues holding up motorways and stuff. But it's
I think his powers as well, not powers, sorry, his ability with the cape and stuff like that are kind of, you can see they're not quite sure at times.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bit where, you know, when he first gets Tom Wilkinson's character, what's his name? Falcone. He's there and he just kind of shoots up.
Yeah, he just flies out at multiple points. He's
and
just
I'm just like, where did that come from? But then there's the other bit where he's on fire and he falls, and I thought that'd been such a cool shot if he just flew away like in flames.
Yeah. It
is
is weird. He does multiple times shoot up to the sky seemingly magically. And it's an odd one where like you can argue like, oh, it's from the crook's perspective, they can't see what he's doing, but then it's also like, no, from an audience point of view, they're like stressing so much about like the needing a technical explanation for everything,
Yeah.
that it is at times at odds with itself. And I think truly where the editing falls apart most of all
Yeah.
is in the fight choreography. And
Yeah,
that,
actually, sorry, that was one thing I was going to say. The first fight in the mud
yeah,
reminded me a bit of the Raid 2. That was shot awfully.
more like the Raid poo because it's rubbish. Hey.
That is awful.
It's so bad. The editing's so choppy. It's the handheld camera work as well. And we have the Bourne films to thank for
Yeah.
this. Like,
But it amazed me that Chris Nolan did that. But then again, I suppose he wasn't Christopher Nolan that we know now. When he did it, he had done, I mean, you say following, it was almost like a student film. He did Memento and Insomnia, and then he did this.
Yeah, I
Both,
guess so.
both of which are very good films.
But it just feels, it doesn't feel confident in the action, or it feels like it's going for something that has become so outdated because
Yeah.
we've been spoiled by amazing action stuff since The Raid, and amazing Batman action since this
But
as well.
then I
Like,
would say that The Dark Knight doesn't do any. The Dark Knight is so crisp and clean and kind of almost to
Yeah.
the point that it seems. The one thing I'd say in all the films, I'd say the first two more than the last one. There are certain things that seem a little bit kind of how do I say it? Too crisp, too kind of clean cut.
maybe.
Like the way that the courtrooms are shot at times.
I wouldn't have thought it for this one. I thought that this was surprisingly messy, but I know what you mean about The Dark Knight. I've not seen that in a long, long time, but editing a clip for our
Yeah.
YouTube, TikTok, whatever, I was using clips from The Dark Knight because we talked
Yeah.
about it, and it was rewatching those clips that made me like start thinking about like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to rewatch these films. But I know what you mean. I just sat and watched the whole bank heist scene from
Oh,
the beginning
that's
of The Dark
brilliant.
Knight again, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But that is so much cleaner, so much steadier. It doesn't cut as quick. Whereas this film, there is like a mess to it. There is,
Yeah.
and I do think my main gripe with it is that editing. And I think the pace picks up I think it's fast paced throughout, but I think specifically at the end, it's very, very quick, but in a good way. But it can feel like this isn't a thing that you can it's not an easy watch. You have
Yeah.
to be paying attention to it.
I would say that because obviously, like, you know, at the moment, time is of the essence in certain ways. And I sat down to watch it, and I will admit it came on, like you say, and I thought, ugh. But then it got going, and I thought, actually, this is quite good. This is quite good, and but it feels like, you know, you've given an assignment to someone, and they've gone, I got loads of time. Oh shit, I need to get it done. That's the kind of feel of the pace of the film. Like, you have that, like he becomes Batman, and then all of a sudden everything's happening all at once.
It takes so long for him to like become Batman.
Yeah.
But then like then it's just off.
Yeah.
And it's just going.
Yeah.
Which I think is good in a way. I would have you got any other notes at all?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a strong 4 stars.
I would maybe say a weaker 4 stars. I liked it a lot, but not so much. I would say I've got a couple of other things.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Written by Nolan with David S. Goyer.
Yeah.
And I do think he's done like good and bad things
Yeah. Blade
over
Trinity.
the years. But then also Blade.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still not a big fan of that.
What about Blade 2?
I'm
What about The Dark Knight?
Yeah, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Controversially, I'm not a big what's his name? Del Toro fan. Not a massive fan of his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to watch what was the film he did with Bradley Cooper?
Oh, Nightmare Alley?
Yeah,
I've not seen that yet.
Yeah,
I would love to watch that.
I mean, we can watch it and review it on here
Yeah.
if you want. Maybe that's the next episode.
Well, if you're not a massive fan, we'll
but
see what happens.
I feel like, you know, we can sit down and converse about it.
We can. We
Yes.
can. There we go.
It's shit. Oh, you fuck off. Yeah.
I hate you. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we ever make it to a cinema again in our
Yes.
lives.
So short on time.
But I do think the script is actually solid. Bruce's arc is
Yes.
solid.
Yes.
And everything revolves around like fear and like family's legacy and him literally becoming Batman Beginning.
Yeah.
As well.
Although I do feel like the line, it's not about what's inside, it's about what you do. I'm just like,
who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. Bruce?
sorry. But yeah, there are certain lines where I'm like, oh, that's quite good.
They do have good turns of phrase at points.
But I always feel like a line, like certain lines though it's the delivery. Like go back to F1. There's a bit at the end when, spoiler, but it's given away. Brad Pitt's driving quite well, and one of the characters, like the comms team they have at F1.
Yes, yeah.
Like one of them, he turns to another character and goes, "What's happening?" And Kerry Condon's character goes, "He's flying." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" Like in lesser hands, that would have been like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, why did you?" But in when it's done with such kind of a genuine kind of authenticity, you're like, "Oh yes."
The big thing would be accent as well.
Yeah.
He's flying.
Yeah. Batman doing, "He's flying."
He's flying.
Yeah, no, mine was very bad. Mine was like a demonic creature took over.
Speaking of demonic creatures, the fear gas. I've got a couple of things in spoilers.
Yes.
Yeah,
the fear gas is good. The bit with the horse, flames coming out.
Yes, that's perfect. That's great CG. I've also got. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, Linus Roach as Thomas Wayne. Brilliant.
Yes.
Only a small amount of screen time, but very impactful.
Yes.
Not just on the viewer, but on
What
young
else was
Bruce
he
as
in?
well.
Yes.
He was the villain in Mandy.
Oh yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's one of those actors that rock up and something can be very good.
Yeah, but I always remember him. I always remember him so much I become West Country.
West Country, here we go.
I remember him and I always think of him as like the Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
I know that there have been necessarily bigger actors who've played him, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but for like 3 seconds or other stuff. But like, I'm like, oh, he's so impactful.
Yeah.
In this film.
I will admit, I got confused. There's been so many versions of their death. Bruce
Yes.
Wayne and I forget his Martha Wayne's death. That
Why did you say that name?
oh my god, that is one of the worst moments in cinema. That is going to go down
Yeah.
as like horrendous. I thought it was the really shit glossy version where the gun goes back and it rips the
one from Batman.
no, from Batman versus Superman.
Oh.
I thought it was that one.
Yeah.
But it's not, is it? It's
No, it's very quick.
yeah, which I think is how it should be done.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. No, so we like the film, but it's not as good as we remember.
Yeah, I think, well, you've gone for a strong 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a weaker 4.
If you'd asked me 10 years ago, I'd have said 5.
I think if you asked me without me rewatching it, I might have said 5 as well. But now I'm like, I think some of my sensibilities have changed. Some of my, especially like with regards to the editing and stuff, I think that was really playing.
Yeah.
It didn't sit well for me.
No.
And I think we've been so spoilt for action since, even in Batman, with the Batman.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to do first Batman stories, if we're going to put the two against each other, I'm going the Batman for me, 5 stars.
Yeah.
Like, both long films as well. But yeah, this one, a 4 for me. Should we do some quick spoilers and things?
Yes.
Or would you like to, before that? I've got in my notes, I've got that we can do a new section down.
Oh.
And you've actually already done part of this.
What's that?
It's called As a Father. Let's have the theme song. As a father, bum bum bum. And this is your section. So, how did seeing some parents die? How did that make you feel as a father? As a father, bum bum bum.
I was quite indifferent to it, really. I don't. It didn't actually cross my mind at the time when I watched this. Now you say about it, though, no, I do think it does change how you watch certain stuff, because it's like no longer do you watch things and go, "Oh, you're gone." It's there's now no one to look after. Like, what happens to them?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I understand you but I
Yes.
don't know myself.
No,
but I understand.
no. Yes. I think
You have to. I also think you should always start this section with the words "as a father," or
as
else,
a father,
or else it's invalid.
as a father myself now, I think the notion that you are no longer the yourself the one to worry about as much. I think obviously we always want to look after ourselves, but you have to worry about the one you're going to leave behind.
Yes.
Yes. No, I don't think as I mean, the main thing I thought while watching it was going, wow, Jim Gordon does a lot of hours and he's got some kids at home. That's exhausting.
Yeah, he does not. He's
Yeah.
not helping them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he puts the bins out, but what else is he doing? Is he doing the cooking and cleaning, changing the nappies?
He's not doing much.
No.
He's breadwinning.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's not taking the money off the, he's not skimming it off the top, is he?
No, he's not. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good man, but he could have gone on so many more holidays if he wanted to.
You've got to weigh it up.
Yeah, you got to weigh it up. No, I think I would say something like 28 years later affected me more.
Yes.
As a father, 28 years later really kind of got to me.
Yeah.
But yes, currently, no.
What would you do if your child decided to become a Batman?
I would say, is it going to be a good career choice?
Yeah.
Well, where are you going to see yourself in 10 years' time?
Where are you gonna? Yeah. Like, what's the progression?
Yeah, what's
for
the
this?
progression? Are you going to be able to get a mortgage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I maybe this is too dark and not too dark, but too
You
deep.
crack
But
on,
I was
you
just,
keep going.
but I'm in terms of that. It's like we both chose artistic careers,
Yes.
but we then pivoted away from them.
Yes.
Because there is a weird compromise. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like, would you support your child in an artistic career or would you not?
I think so. My main ethos, and I had this conversation with several people.
We don't need to go into this.
No.
but you can.
I'm more than happy to. We're not just a film podcast. We talk about many other
We're
things.
a lifestyle podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
If people get to this point, then thank you for keeping up with us. If we actually hear this, write to us, comment, email.
Yeah.
We're here.
How do you feel as a father or
As
a mother or
as a
just any parent?
father,
Yeah.
I feel that it's like the discussion of, would you want them to play sports or would you want them to, do this and that? I think you can't push them into doing stuff. You just have to try and create the environment where they want to do stuff.
Yes.
My only wish is for them to have some form of fire in their belly about something.
Yeah.
Have a drive in life.
I guess we can go back to the beautiful line from Superman recently, that as parents we do not control your decision. We just give you the tools so that you can do what you want with it. Yeah.
Yes. And, always be there to pick them up when they need.
Exactly.
Because why do we fall?
So we can learn to pick ourselves up.
Lovely.
Should we do some brief spoilers?
Yes.
Liam
Liam Neeson's a bad guy.
Oh my God, shock. He's Ra's al Ghul.
Who, watching it again, he's not bad in the film,
No.
but I would say it's a bit of a nothing character.
Yeah, he's stoic
Yeah.
and trains Batman. It surprised me as a kid.
Yeah.
That he was like the real main villain. But
yeah, it's a bit...
and he dies.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I don't need to kill. I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you.
He
is killing him.
He is killing him.
Yeah, he does kill him.
He's letting a train crash and explode to kill him.
He's not, he's not strangling him or anything like that.
He's not stabbing him with the two batarangs. Yeah.
But he's definitely not. It wouldn't stand up in court, put it that way.
No, it's not, the Batman like capturing the Riddler or like
it's a bit
whatever.
offside, isn't it? Yeah, it's.
It is. Yeah. It's a bit of a. I'm not killing you, but I don't have to save you either. A bit of a fucking technicality.
Yeah. No, I think. Yeah, that was one thing watching it again. I thought Liam Neeson is so good in certain things. And I'm pleased to see him doing the Naked Gun and kind of, get away from the crap action films he was making.
Yes.
But he's well cast in it in terms of, but the character itself is very much, I'm here at the start, I'm here at the end.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm the bad guy. Hello.
He delivers all the lines well,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's not necessary. I would say that some of it gets a bit messy in terms of motivation. I've put down this as a classic case of Hitchcock's fridge logic, because I didn't notice this when
What is Hitchcock?
So Hitchcock's fridge logic is when you're watching a film, it's something you don't notice when you're watching it for the first time. You may not even notice it for the second or third time, but you're watching the film, you're swept up in it. It's a cinematic joy, but then you start to think when you go and get some chicken out the icebox later, that's what he said. But so when you go and get some
Chicken out the icebox.
yeah, because he's from the 50s.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, wow,
Yeah,
moved on.
when you get when you get a Pepsi Max out the fridge, when you go and get a crisp meal deal out the fridge, you then start to think about some of the plot points, and you're like, well, that didn't quite add up. That doesn't fully make sense, and things like that.
Can I go for a quick toilet?
Yeah, go ahead.
And then
Yeah.
Sorry, we had a little interlude.
We're back. Yes,
We're back.
Someone did a poo in the bath.
Yes.
Not going to name names.
No, but it wasn't me.
And it wasn't me.
Sorry.
It was one of yours.
Which one of you took a shit? You know me.
It was
It's fucking one of yous.
Where was fridge logic?
Fridge
is what I
logic,
was saying.
yes. So
yes, so the villain's motivation,
yes,
so it does get muddled
yes,
at points throughout, because they sort of change their mind on why the lines of why they want to destroy Gotham changes.
yes.
Because at one point they're like, we're going to destroy it because it's full of like crime and poverty, and it's awful, so that's why we're going to destroy it. We're going to go back with the League of Shadows. Like that's what Ra's al Ghul says when they're in the mountains together. But then when he's in the house at the end, he's like, oh, we destroy civilizations when they get too high and they're too on their high horse. We destroyed Rome, we destroyed London with the Great Fire of London and stuff, and that's why we're going to destroy Gotham. We tried to do it with economics,
Is
and
that
that's
the
why
bastards we've got to blame about the current state of the
I feel like it
why we're paying so much on our
a
mortgages?
little bit, but they they tried to destroy it with economics and inequality, but it hasn't fully succeeded. So that's why it's crime ridden and stuff, which I think is a good reason to be like, this is why there's this vast inequality difference in Gotham. I mean, not because the fucking rich are crooks and we should eat them, but
they might be a bit
I
chilly.
think that's a good reason why in the film, but then that doesn't make sense. It's like, well, you want to destroy them because they're full of crime and bad things, but you also want to destroy them because they've got too far in society and stuff like that. But you've also basically, it's one of those ones where I'd never thought about it before, but then I was watching it and I'm like,
actually makes sense.
why do you want to destroy them? Because they're too good or because they're too bad?
Yes.
Because it's a bit of both at the moment.
Thanos logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's sort of like, it's just like they are bad guys.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we want to protect Gotham, even the criminals.
Okay, here's a
Yeah.
question. Do you think
Okay.
the world could do with a Batman? I think problem is it'd get
No,
construed into a
it would be so political, wouldn't it?
yeah.
I don't know.
Batman would have to sound
I don't know.
Batman comes out and he goes,
Free Palestine.
and people are like, Batman's an anti-Semite and stuff like that.
He's like, I'm not anti-Semitic. I just don't believe that innocent children should be bombed.
Like, I don't.
well, that's like the kind of part of the plot of Superman, isn't it?
It is the plot of Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Superman.
So yeah, we've actually seen it. It does become
Yeah.
political,
Super.
inverted commas.
Yeah. And then people are like, I can't believe Superman's gone woke. And it's like, he doesn't want kids to be bombed.
Yeah.
Like, how is this a bad thing to say? Like,
I think that is the another thing now. Anything that you like, you can't. Which is another reason, I suppose, why I enjoyed a film like F1 more so, because you look at Top Gun Maverick, you could even say that's got something political about it. It was refreshing to, not saying that, and this isn't me saying in any way, shape, or form, ignore that kind of stuff, and you don't want to allow yourself to be knowledgeable on things and be aware of what's going on in the world and stuff like that. But it's actually, I imagine now, if it was made in the same kind of way, it would be more aware of the politics and things like that.
You can read politically into anything, and it's just because the internet has made discourse so heightened and overly dramatic and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there is politics in this. There's politics in everything.
Yeah.
There's in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Lucius Fox quits because Batman is surveilling everybody in Gotham so that he can hunt down the Joker, and he's like, this is a massive invasion of privacy, and it's all commentary on the escalation of the American military industrial complex and stuff, and over surveillance in police and the CIA
is back in kind of the zeitgeist now with the whole kind of step up of how our current government is stepping up its military footprint, as it were, and things like that, and the amount of GDP they're spending.
Yeah, from the party that I don't think when people voted for him would have wanted them to do that, would have wanted them to do the opposite of everything that they're doing. Have you seen all these fucking flags everywhere as well?
Yeah, I don't know what it's all about. But
it's to do with these asylum seeker protests and stuff. But the roundabout near where I work, I don't go into the office often.
Yeah.
Currently it's once a week. When it's peak season, I go in about once a month. Someone's painted a flag on the roundabout, and then when I was driving back from Edinburgh, people have just hung British or English flags off of motorway bridges. And
that's what it's about. I was gonna say I'd noticed them. I didn't know what it was about though.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's a horrible thing that where you live in this country, like you can't be patriotic because the racists have claimed it.
Yeah,
and
I do think that is a thing that it's. I was saying to someone, you have to be very careful now with that kind of thing. It's like, you go to Wales and you see a Welsh flag, it's because they're so proud of where they come from.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas in England, I feel like there are certain things where you have to be very careful.
There are connotations to the English flag. I don't see the English flag and go, the homeland, the green rolling hills. I go, oh,
yeah,
someone evil's painted that.
Which in many ways is a shame, because
it is,
as a broadly as a country, it's one of those things. If there's one shit in a box of chocolates, you're never going to touch a box of chocolates again. But as a whole, the country is a very accepting, kind of safe place to live, and we've got a lot of problems. But when you look at the rest of the world,
well, I think it's one of those things where sadly it's accepting and nice in our area, or with people that we associate with, but there's lots of places where it isn't that way, and there's lots of people who are, like, when you look at the numbers of those who voted UKIP and now would vote Reform, there is a lot of people that are angry and upset, but they're just spread about so that their voices don't get heard as much or can't get represented in government because of the way our political system works. But there's a lot of angry people who like hanging flags off of motorways, enough that over every single bridge, and it was all in the south that I saw it. It was basically once we got to like past Birmingham, that every single bridge we went under, there was a flag, and then it happened on my route to work along the motorway as well, and I was just a bit like, ooh.
And I think a lot of it could be saved with conversations.
Yes, it's education, conversations. It's
which is where social media is quite bad, because you can. It's always that thing. You get a text saying, "Where are you?" It sounds aggressive.
Yes.
You see anything written, you don't know what tone it's written. No. You don't know things like that, which is where I think, as a society, like, for example, hypothetically, if there was a Batman and he, I imagine it'd be construed and you'd look in one way and it'd be presented in a certain way. You'd look another and it'd be presented in another way. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
But there we go. I've got a question. I've got a little bit on the end to do. I was thinking the other day, are there any actors that you think didn't fulfill their potential or their potential promise from their early career?
you thinking of this because Josh Hartnett was first approached to be the Batman by Nolan?
No, but that's quite interesting. No, I was just thinking more generally in kind of in terms of actors that had a big noise around them for a while and then kind of petered off. Not necessarily petered off, but didn't have that role that you kind of pin. Kind of, you look at someone like Ryan Gosling. I would say is a good example of someone that has continued.
Yeah,
I would say.
I'm trying to think of ones that I personally feel slipped away. Taylor Kitsch was one that had noise around him.
Yes.
And he's now got a thing on Amazon Prime, and I was
With
like,
Chris Pratt.
Is Chris Pratt in that?
Yeah, the Terminal List.
Yeah, I didn't realize Chris Pratt was in it, but I saw it and I was like, is that Taylor Kitsch?
Yeah.
And I think the only thing I've ever seen him in was X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
With you in 2009.
9.
9.
Wow.
That's the only thing I've ever seen him in, but he had a big hullabaloo about him.
Because he did John Carter from Mars.
Yeah, I would say
Battleships.
Joel Edgerton. No, not Joel Edgerton. Jai Courtney, Australians.
Oh, yeah,
There's and then there was the classic. We had the Australian flavour of the month for a while. We had Jai Courtney, Sam Worthington, and then Jason Clarke. All had their own little.
I think Jason Clarke kind of did his own thing. I don't think he's leading man material.
He was like positioned for it, but then went and was villain became villain in Oppenheimer.
I think Viggo Mortensen, you could say, is one that, but I think he chose.
Yeah,
his
he
career.
chooses to be an artsy man. Yeah, he chooses to get his knob
I rewatched. Yeah, he does. I rewatched 13 Lives by Ron Howard, which I actually forgot is a very, very good film about the that football team in Thailand that were in the cave and they got flooded in.
Oh,
it's a very, very good film.
When did that come out?
It's on Amazon Prime, I believe.
Oh my god!
It's genuinely watch it when you get time. I would love to talk about it on this.
Okay.
It's a brilliant film. There's a documentary on Disney Plus as well. And you can watch them both of them. It's quite interesting. Because you see Colin Farrell and Viggo Mortensen as the two leads in that. And they play the characters quite well.
Yeah.
Joel Edgerton rocks up in that.
Nice.
It's one of those that's got a cast that you go, actually, it was Ron Howard. It's one of Ron Howard's better kind of later films.
Yeah.
Because he can be quite topsy-turvy, but he did it in very much kind of that a documentary style. It's one of those films. I was away with my family and we were sat down and we're like, what should we watch? And I was like, well, this is quite good. And we watched it, and it was one of those. We started watching it at 10:30 and we went to bed at 1 o'clock because it was like, wow, I'm great.
Just engrossed.
Yeah. My main one, I did wanted to suggest this because, and I'm curious as to whether it's a thing of the roles just weren't there, and that's a commentary on kind of the industry. I was thinking about Idris Elba because he did Luther and he did quite a few things, but I feel like everyone was waiting for him to be Bond, and that didn't happen. And I think it'd have been a good Bond.
I feel like maybe. I think he does tons.
But that's what I wonder. I always just thought he was going to be even bigger than what he.
See, I always think he's always quite. I think of him as being quite huge. As he's a household name for everyone.
Yeah.
And I always think as well, he's good, but I think one of the things I would say to people and stuff is people forget that my parents at times have been like, Idris Elba's in it, thinking that's a mark of quality. And I'm like, Idris likes money.
Yeah.
And he's admitted it himself that he's a workaholic.
Yeah.
And that he would just do stuff he is the voice of the World Gold Organization as well. He did a weird pseudo documentary for them.
Wow.
Yeah, because he likes cash. He likes working. But he had his show about how he was growing up in London, and it was fine.
Yeah. I think it's things I don't know how true it is, but I saw somewhere Jamie Foxx did an interview and he was saying about how Idris Elba was in the conversation for Django Unchained and stuff like that. And in terms of he never had a role like that where you could have gone, wow, he's worked with this person and he's Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what would be their role? Like, you know, you look at Christopher Nolan, he'll always be remembered his what is it when someone passes away, their
magnum opus or
yeah,
something.
yeah, I think will always be The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
What his bit, like, you know, you look at,
I guess he'll always be known for Luther, but then he was like he was the villain in that Fast and Furious spin-off.
it's things like that.
He was-
like I would have
He
thought,
was replacement Deadshot in
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad. Like, he's very good in that film as well.
Yeah.
He's really good.
it was like when I saw him in
there's-
that kind of spin-off of Hobbs and it's Hobbs and Shaw, Fast and
Yeah.
Furious saga. I always thought, I wish, and I don't know if it is. That is a commentary on the fact there aren't as many roles for him.
Mm.
I don't know if that's true or not. It's like John Boyega came out and said that there aren't that. So that's
I
another
would
one.
say that's a great shout.
Yeah,
John Boyega.
because he's come out and said that there aren't the roles there.
No.
Because he was brilliant in the Star Wars films,
Yeah.
but he was kind of written into a corner.
And then he did Detroit,
yes,
which I've not seen. But then again, like, that's something that's historical. It's like
yeah,
is it either going to be social commentary or historical for, and just being candid, like
Yeah.
black actors, like
yeah. Because
with Daniel Kaluuya, he got his Oscar for
and he's kind of done stuff.
Again.
He did Nope and things like that.
Yeah.
But is there much else for him?
yeah, and Nope
Like-
is being made by an African American director. Like,
And he's in Adolescence. Ashley,
Waters,
yes, I
yeah,
believe
or
that's
Walters.
yeah. Like he's
One of-
brilliant, but
Yeah, he's great.
like,
He's really
and in
good at
Top
it.
Boy, he's incredible.
Mm.
But which was his big breakout.
Mm.
But he kind of went quiet for a while until that came back, and now he's in Adolescence. But it is quite interesting. What are kind of for certain demographic of actors? What are the roles that are there for them?
Yeah.
Which I think they are becoming better at. But
Yes.
it's
It depends. It's like what's being written for people, and also who the creator is behind it.
yeah,
And then I don't know. It is one of those ones where it's difficult for us as two white guys
Yeah,
to talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
as well, because it is a case of like, oh, you get written as like
yeah,
a side character unless you're in a Ryan Coogler film or a
yeah. I read.
God, why have I blanked on his name? Nope, Us.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, yeah. Like,
It's like I saw Jurassic Park
or something
Rebirth.
like that Donald Glover does as well.
Yeah.
And it's like why should only
Yeah,
the African American creators, or say Steve McQueen in this country, why should only like the black directors be giving
yeah.
black people roles? Very strange.
It's,
Sorry, you watched Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah,
Yep.
and like Mahershala Ali's in that,
Yes.
and he's a brilliant actor. Like, I know Green Book is a weird film.
Mm.
It's one of them where you watch it and you're like, there's just something feels slightly about it.
When it came out, the intro of
Yes.
this podcast has Spike Lee saying, "Not my cup of tea." That's from an interview of
Yeah.
him being asked his opinion on the Green Book.
Yeah,
From when the year that and Black Klansman came
Yeah.
out, which is an excellent
Black
film.
Klansman is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's in Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah.
And he's just like, give him more to do.
Yeah.
Like, maybe once again, actors got to eat. You know what I mean? It's maybe he just got offered a load of money to do it,
Yeah.
but he's wasted in that
Well,
film.
he had to do something because he was under contract to do Blade, and that
Yeah.
never happened. And then, did you hear that the costumes for Sinners,
Yes.
they bought them off of Blade? They
Did
bought them
they?
off Marvel. It was because they were
Oh.
going to have like a 20s. It was going to be set in the 20s for some of it. So they managed to get all these like costumes for their extras and everyone for real cheap because they'd
Wow.
already been produced for Blade before it shut down production.
That's amazing. They got that far into production.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at I think it was View Cinema, like films that are coming up.
Yeah.
They still got Blade on there.
Actually.
Yeah.
It's
I was
not
like,
even-
no,
it
it's
never
not
got
been
shot.
No, it's very. I was just thinking. I it's quite an interesting kind of segue into kind of, you know, what roles can actors get and things like that. And, you know, you always hear about actors say they get to a certain age and roles dry up a bit and things like that. And
there's the classic, like, especially for women, like you become a mother and things go away for years, and then like you then come back and you play the old woman.
It's that famous thing of not famous thing, but I remember when I believe it's called The Invisible Woman. No, is it? Oh no, I might have got that wrong. Ralph Fiennes did a film about, I believe, Charles Dickens.
Okay.
And I think it was about Charles Dickens. It might not be.
Yeah.
Basically, he played someone, and Felicity Jones played his kind of like younger muse, as it were. And Christine Scott Thomas played like the mother of Felicity Jones's character, but Christine Scott Thomas had played his lover in The English Patient like 20 years before, and now he was kind of it is quite interesting how very quickly like that you can go from being the love interest to, it's like when Keanu Reeves appeared at a premiere with his partner, and everyone was like, wow, he's like, you know, really leading the way, and it's like, no, he's just with someone of a similar age. He's not doing Leonardo DiCaprio. You're 25. Sorry, love. The door's there.
Yeah, people congratulated him for being a normal bloke and not a bit of a creep. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And like, so, you know, age gaps happen sometimes.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's not saying
it's natural, but like sometimes but then like, when there's a 30-year age gap, it's a bit like, ugh.
Well, yeah. And it's just that thing of like, I think it's that image that comes with it and things like that. It's
like, say, you know, this is only hypothetical, not wishing this for either of us, but like saying like 20 years down the line, like one of us gets a new partner for like whatever reason, not wishing that, but we're like, where were you when Batman Begins came out? And they're like, I wasn't born.
Oh,
like,
shit.
That's it's a bit weird. Yeah.
It's no, I know what you mean. It's like you say, age gaps are there, you know, they do happen, but I think in Hollywood it's that thing of, oh, you know, oh dear, they're with someone X1.
You're a handsome leading man, and
it's a bit like
and you're a beautiful young woman, and then you're Dame Maggie Smith.
Yeah. It's like Aaron Taylor Johnson is, his wife is, I mean, that was a bit strange though.
Yeah, that's a cooked situation.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe bad example.
But Brad Pitt, who never hit his wife apparently,
did he?
Oh. Yeah, Brad Pitt, a good guy, who never did.
Oh, good.
He never did.
Oh.
He was never a bad man on a plane. He never was. Don't Google it. Allegedly. But yeah, he can, you know.
I really liked Brad Pitt. I didn't know about that. Why? Why have all these people got to be... It's like, I still don't know if I can like Johnny Depp or not.
I don't. But it also at the same time, it's like, I watched a video earlier today. I don't actually know the name of the creator. It was a weird thing that got suggested to me, but he was saying like, you can't, it was talking about Justin Roiland, the co-creator of Rick and Morty. Yeah. And he was saying like, abusers are not valueless. As in like, as much as we would like to just distance everything from these people who do terrible things, in whether it's sexual abuse, whether it's physical or emotional abuse, as much as we would like to go and be like, right, we hate them, we hate everything they've ever done. They also like, they contributed nothing. We can't do that. And he was saying like, with Rick and Morty, people are now trying to be like, oh, he didn't actually do that much on the show, like he wasn't that influential. And it's like, well, he co-created it. He voiced the two main characters. He wrote several episodes. He was a showrunner on it for some time. And he also improvised lots of lines and jokes. It's like, all of these things can be distinct. He's a bad man who has been charged with abuse. But he can also be a very funny person who has created something that millions of people have enjoyed. That you, as much as you want to distance them, you can't just suddenly turn around and go, this person is without value. It's upsetting and it hurts. You can like Johnny Depp's work, but you can still be like, he's shit. Like, as
yeah.
bad as it is. Like,
It's a bit like you look at anything Kevin Spacey did now, and you go like you look at say The Usual Suspects.
yeah,
Like he is a cog in that film, and
Yeah.
everything's working around him. I mean, don't get me wrong, the director himself is a piece of shit.
yes,
But you know, Benicio del Toro in that film alone, if you watch the first like 40 minutes,
Yeah.
you've got a brilliant Benicio del Toro, like performance. Magazine Dreams with forgotten his name,
that dude, Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Like everyone else in that film, is their work
Yeah.
then all of a sudden null and void?
Yeah, it becomes more difficult, I believe, when it's a physical presence, when it's a
Yeah,
face on
yeah.
screen, when you're seeing the actor. So like,
Which
with
is
go ahead.
All the Money in the World. We
Yes.
watched the trailer for that.
Yeah,
the other-
we watched
yeah.
the 3 different trailers.
Yeah, a little while ago, and like I can understand why they did that with that film.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just quite interesting.
Yeah, that is definitely something. It is harder to distance the physical presence, especially when they are a superstar like Johnny Depp or Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
compared to like, say, and we've mentioned this before, like time makes it easier as well. Like I talk about Hitchcock a lot,
Yeah.
even in this episode, but it's like historically a bad man,
Yeah.
but because of the past,
Yeah.
you
Distance.
distance it. But
Yeah.
and it's like you can't erase him, you can't erase his contributions to cinema.
A
And
bit like everything. If you look at all, like a majority
Yeah.
of European countries and stuff like that, there's a lot of shit that has gone on.
yeah, if you go,
But
you
know,
don't even need to go that deep. I was going to say if you need to go deep enough, but it's like,
yeah, like know, I don't go to Germany now and go,
Yeah.
I'd still go there, But you acknowledge that things have happened.
yeah, when I met 5 Germans when I was like traveling last year, I didn't go, I can't talk to you because my granddad was in the war.
No, it is. There's a comedian
Yeah.
that talks about that actually. It's quite and he's like saying about how like his grandparents never bought anything from Germany and stuff like that. And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, it was completely fine for my grandpa who was
Yeah.
in the RAF in the war
Yeah.
to hate the Germans.
Yeah.
Is it fine for me to do that now? No. Like, there's nuance to everything. People yell too much. We've solved the world. We've fixed
Yeah,
it.
we fixed it.
We
So,
actually have.
Yeah, we'll be here again in 2 weeks' time. Any
Yeah.
problems, bring it our way. We'll talk it
Yes,
through.
we will. No idea what we'll be talking about. We did. We could jump back to talking about Warfare because we both watched that.
Yes.
In prep, but then a little bloody baby came along and we didn't record, did we? And I could also watch Civil War as well, so we could do a Garland special.
Yes.
Um,
Watch 13 Lives as well. That's very good.
okay,
Yes.
if I can find the time for all of it, and I'll finish Adolescence, and I'll also finish Andor, which I've not finished.
I just find it. I'm just gone off all that kind of stuff.
Andor's good, but
Oh,
I've got 3 episodes to go. But I've lost my Disney Plus account, so I need to sneak a login from someone or something. I also want to watch a documentary about the Ukrainian war.
What, the Sean Penn one?
Sean Penn in
He
a
did
documentary.
He did a documentary
Did he?
about it, didn't he, or something? I don't know.
I think
He's
it was
someone.
like
He's someone that is
I
absolutely
thought it was like
bonkers.
30 hours in Madripoor or whatever,
Oh, I dunno.
or something like that.
Yeah.
It's on Channel 4.
Okay,
I want to
no,
watch
it's
that.
not
There's
that
also
one.
one called Hell Jumpers, which is meant to be very good, but there's a sequel to one of them that's coming out
Maybe we should
now.
do a documentary at some point.
How about we do these horrific Ukrainian war
I don't know
documentaries?
if I want to be that sad.
Okay. We'll go for a fun one. We'll do King of Kong.
Yes. Oh my god. I would really like to see Weapons at some point, but whether I get time is a different thing.
That was going to be my suggestion if you found the time
Yes,
today,
we
but
will-
also I did not have the time today
No.
in the end.
So we will attempt to do the new films as much as
Yeah.
possible. Unfortunately, we got to keep the lights on somehow.
Yes,
So work drags us.
it does. It does.
But yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for listening. We solved the world at the end.
Yes.
Um,
If you made it this far, you deserve a medal.
exactly. Follow us on Instagram at The Celluloid Cellar. Like us on Letterboxd at Celluloid Cellar. Send us an email at the Celluloid Cellar podcast at Gmail. You can now add Batman Begins
Yes.
on there.
Along with everything else.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Right.
Um,
Well, you'll hear from us very soon.
you will. Goodbye.
Goodbye.